Apple, we just sort of talked about them a little bit. As far as the bending screens are concerned, they're nowhere close on that front, nor would you really expect them to be. I mean, they may ignore it completely. I mean, they've ignored many things or happily walked into them later than other companies, going about it at their own pace when they feel the thing has been perfected, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they're usually first or they're last with something.
I'm looking for these OLED screens in these iPads. Like, that's the thing I've been looking for. But anyway, we got some news here courtesy Mark Gurman, Debbie Wu over on Bloomberg. And they say Apple's next iPad Pro is going to have wireless charging. We're finally going to get that new iPad mini. And the iPad Pro is going to stop being aluminum and start being glass all around. As you may expect, considering the fact that in order to add wireless charging, you have to get rid of that aluminum in most cases, almost all cases. Wireless charging on an iPad seems like an odd thing to demand. I don't know if it's going to be some sort of a pad. Apparently, they still haven't given up on that air power thing. I don't know, was that the name of it?
Yeah.
Apparently, they're still working on it. Got to figure out the heat. Apple Watch, this and that. Like, are you going to have an entire Surface that just charges your whole Apple life? Why don't they just sell a desk at this point? Why don't they just Apple Desk? The whole thing is wireless chargeable.
Apple Workstation.
You put your colorful iMac on it.
Uh-huh.
They're not
all sorts of colors?
They're not going to do it.
Okay.
Well, we need to stop. They're not going to do it. But the thing about wireless charging is like, okay, so on the phones, you have Qi compatibility.
Yep.
So it works on any wireless charger. But then Apple eventually makes their own wireless charger, and this is what they come up with. You see how I just keep pulling from my bag of tricks over there?
Yeah.
You always look at it.
If I pull the camera, just
no.
Hey.
No, because it's going to be misinterpreted. It's going to be misinterpreted. Because people are going to look and say, hey, that's a big garbage pile over there.
Right now it's magic. It's magical.
Exactly. When I just pull from over there, like, damn, how did he have access to that so quick? Apple, when they approached a wireless charger themselves, this is what it looked like. This little magnetic creature. And so my question is, okay, with the iPad, is it going to be something like this? Will this work? Will it be a small little circle, which is actually wirelessly chargeable, and it's a magnet that slaps on, and then that can interface with the variety of cases and accessories that exist, and all of a sudden just magnets galore as far as charging goes. iPad sales are skyrocketing. iPad has been exceeding expectations.
Are they?
Yeah, did you know? Can you tell me why, actually? Go ahead, Will.
Working from home?
Willie do.
Am I right?
Willie do. His name is Willie Do. Don't forget it. I don't care what his Twitter handle says, all right? I don't care if he doesn't have the official Willie Do on Twitter, all right? As far as I'm concerned, that's Willie Do right there. And he's got all the answers. And he's never messed up, not once, and he's not planning on doing it into the future. And as he stated, there's been winners and losers with the pandemic thing. iPad has been a winner. For whatever reason, people say, you know what, I'm at home. I'm on the couch. I need to do my work, do my video communication, and I need to watch my content. And I'll tell you something, man. You sit down on the couch with an iPad, you watch your content. It's a comfy thing. It's a nice experience. And you justify it because you're like, look, I'm not going back and forth to the office. I'm not spending money on gas and transportation. I need to upgrade this right here. Didn't you get a rebate from like your insurance company? Did you get one of those?
Yeah. I forgot how much though.
Well, you don't have to get into the details. I wasn't pressing you like that.
Let me just pull it up right now.
No. You keep it private. But yeah, the world changed, and iPad was a beneficiary. A lot of people thought this is a thing worth buying. In fact, Apple's tablet sales jumped 79% in the first 3 months of 2021. 79%. See, I felt like the iPad was getting a bit cold. And then all of a sudden M1 comes along. And then all of a sudden Pandemic comes along. I guess Pandemic then M1. But either way. And they got this, I mean, it's not perfect, this mini LED thing. It's not perfect. But it looks, you know, in the right circumstance, it looks like an improvement in most cases for me. It's crazy powerful. Anyway, they sold a lot. They're doing really well. And they're going to continue to improve and invest in this because now it represents a larger share of their revenue structure. And the main thing, or the other big thing here, is they also got to improve the iPad mini. If they're going to be invested in this iPad situation, that thing is dated. And so apparently they're going to do that. Trim the bezel down, get rid of the home button, get the face unlock going, and at an entry-level price.
Have you ever used the iPad mini exclusively?
Yeah, man. Got iPad minis all over the place in my house. My kids had iPad minis for a long time. I mean, from the old days.
What did they use it for?
Well, I mean, in the early stage, I mean, they don't use it anymore.
Right.
They have different stuff now. But it would be kids-specific apps. It would be like, I don't know, little puzzle games or YouTube Kids. I don't know if YouTube Kids was around back then, but being kids. Kids on an iPad. Why? What do you got? What do you want to say about it?
I'm wondering if people use the iPad mini for, I guess, reading.
Because it's more the size of like a paperback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also doubles as like, you know,
so
iPad OS.
Yeah.
You can browse the internet and stuff like that.
The iPad mini, it's weird right now because it has like a 7-inch display. Right. And you got phones, lots of phones, like 6.5, 6.8 inch. So it just feels really weird because it's not a very big display. It's a lot of bezel you're holding. It's just outdated. However, at the time, it was a nice option next to the full-size iPad because, as you said, it was a little more portable. You could hold it for longer periods without any type of fatigue because of the form factor. And certainly for one-handed use, you could hold it with one hand pretty easily. And typing is actually a little nicer on it because of the condensed keyboard. Thumb typing feels pretty natural. I mean, it sort of feels like a big phone, almost like a Galaxy Fold that I just talked about.
Right.
Anyway, it's desperately in need of an update, but I like the idea of a slightly small. I mean, I just like options, I guess. I like more products to choose from. Who wouldn't? But I think one of the reasons it's been neglected is because the iPads in general, like I said, it was kind of slowing down. Pandemic comes along, things explode, and they're like, yeah, let's update that. Let's more models, more features. Wireless charging, I don't know. Glass, I don't know. One thing I will say, people can be rough with their iPads, like carry it under the arm, slap it into bags. So you have to have the right glass going on. You go full glass model because this is a big sheet of glass too.
Is it heavier too? Or no?
The glass gonna be heavy too.
Yeah. Okay.